Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Alex versus Anthony. And we here for Alex versus Anthony podcast. I got my brothers here with me. Once again, I got Dial, Avery, and Devin with me. So, last time we spoke, fellas, we got a little crazy with the topics here. Y'all still married? You still in your serious relationship?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right.
I say that louder, bro.
You all right?
I'm good this week.
Hey, we trying to find you we trying to find you a lady, man.
She's out there.
We trying to find you a lady.
All right, we'll see what happens after this, you know?
I mean, on today's topics, because we coming for them this time.
I'm with it, bro.
Oh, man, let's go.
We coming for them this time. So, last time we stopped speaking, I wanted to go into a topic that is so very, very saturated in our culture. No matter what culture you in, this word right here has a lot of power. The word is sex.
Dum, dum, dum.
Now, sex is something that depends on how you were raised and how, you were brought up. Mm-hmm. You view sex differently. Most of us here, I should say all of us here, were raised in the church.
Okay, yeah.
Indeed.
But I'm going to make this disclaimer real quick. When we speaking about sex, X out church. Let's talk real man. No religion, no Christianity, no this, no that. We talking like men here.
Yo, my man Devin had to just sit up real quick.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We talking like men here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's
We gonna get back to it when we talking about sex and church and all that. We'll get back to that. Right. But for right now, we gonna talk like straight men.
All right.
Cause these ladies got a lot of questions, and we gonna get them some answers.
We have answers.
Yeah.
All right. My first question to y'all fellas is, how often do you think about sex?
Really,
A day.
nigga.
A day? My man put a time a day.
A day.
A day? Because if I can't be like, yo, how often do you think about sex? A year? Like, you're going to be like,
No,
but in a 24-hour span, how often is sex on your mind?
Yo, it depends, bro. Like, I mean, at any given point in time, it depends what triggered that moment, you dig? Like, everybody human, so you can't put a specific, I think about sex 100 times a day. You may think,
100 times.
Nah, I'm just saying you can't say that.
I want to move my seat.
Yo, I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean? You might
100 times?
If you're gonna keep it a buck, you might see a shorty that look good, and then you be like, yo, it cross your mind, but you can't. So for me, especially, I can't say, yo, I think about it a certain amount of times. It may be something that triggered that. You dig?
So what are specific triggers? You said a lady
If I
walked
see
by.
a nice lady,
That's it?
Nah, wait. I'm just come on,
I'm
man.
about to say, Badu, you just walk around on it.
Come on, man. Give me a chance, bro. Come on, give me
Go
a
ahead,
chance.
my
bro.
bad.
I'm trying to find some. You dig?
Yeah.
But you might see a lady.
Uh-huh.
And she looking good. The first thing you ain't gonna like, yo, okay, well, I wonder how her mind is. You know what I mean? Your mind may go there.
That's a fact.
It may be something that lead up to that. You know what I mean? It don't mean I gotta act on everything I think about it. You know what I mean?
No.
So
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Instagram. That explore page is a little.
That's
it
a
could be a little
fact.
deadly. It could be a little deadly.
That's
So
a
it's like,
fact. Social media plays a big role in how many times a day I'm excited.
but that's still a visual, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if you want to go further along, what you seeing? Because if somebody promoting that, if they coming in there with no clothes on, you know what I mean, or half naked like they normally say,
Yeah.
what you gonna think about? What are they promoting?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Are you promoting sex or are you trying to promote your mind?
Right. So I realized, and I was having this talk earlier this morning, that we view sex differently, or we think of sex differently when you're in a committed relationship and living with your significant other, and when you're single. Because I don't want to say married. I want to just say you're living with your significant other.
All right.
Do you think that you think about sex more when you live with your lady or when you don't?
When you don't.
Yo, you real quiet
Yo,
today.
word.
man. You quiet today.
Kind of
bro.
quiet. You kind of quiet.
I'm gonna let y'all.
But you live with your lady,
Yeah,
so
bro.
But I want to hear what y'all say.
oh, all right,
Now you
So you
definitely think about it more when you don't live together,
right.
because if you living with your lady,
Oh
basically,
boy, you
yeah.
watch your words.
I
now.
know. That's why
Word.
I'm trying to think about what I'm saying.
Right,
before I'm
right.
saying it.
Get them.
So when you living with your lady, you know, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really thinking about that all the time. You know, she got her course of the day, you got yours, and you know, sometimes it just don't happen all the time. If kids is involved,
Right. So, but these same factors are still there when you don't live with them.
when you don't, because you know, when you go over there, you like, okay,
So,
it's about to happen.
go ahead.
But yo, that seemed like it's like a loaded question, you dig? Because all right, what about the extent, the length of time that you living with her? Because yo, when you on and pop and you start, everything is fresh and new. You getting it in. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yo, about a year so things start changing.
You preaching
You
now,
know what
bro.
I mean? So it start changing, and then you like.
But
yo,
does it change from you or does it change from her?
I think from both. You know what I mean? Because a female could just want it just as much as a man.
He said, like, nigga, I still want that.
Yeah,
thing.
but no, that's what I'm saying. It could be a
do.
female. So if you come home and you ready to go, and shorty like, nah, yo, it ain't going down. So what you gonna do? You not gonna think about sex no more?
That's leads me to my next
It's
question.
time to go to the bathroom.
How, how that leads me to my next question though. Right.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that rejection though? Like, let's say your lady just tired, she had a bad day, she just not with it. I want to hear from Diane. I want to hear from Diane. How do you deal with the rejection? Because like a lot of men take it personal. Like, yo, my lady don't want me.
I mean, that's pretty much
Just answer the question, okay?
the overall. That's the pretty much overall consensus on that. You just feel like something's off. Something's not right. If she's rejecting you, because that's how we gonna view it. Mm-hmm. We're not conditioned to reason within ourselves and say, yo, she had a long day. She has the kids.
We
she has
not
work.
conditioned or he not conditioned?
We not because of him. However you want to spin it. However you want to spin it. In those moments, in those heated moments of sexual energy and frustration, you not the boss. He is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can try to reason within yourself and try to say, hey, you know what? She worked all day. She had the kids. She had this. She got that. You know what I'm saying? I can get it. I can understand why she's tired. This and the third. But we're not wired to feel. Because the men's creed. Let's just talk about like.
Here you go.
Here we go. Listen.
Here you go.
Listen.
Yo, break it down,
the,
bro.
the men's sexual creed. The man's sexual creed is no matter what's going on, if my woman wants it, I'm going to rise to the occasion because I will never let her feel that I am not handling my
So
business.
you've never been too tired or never just said like, nah, babe.
Few and far between.
Of course you have, but you don't make that a
You're not abiding,
that
you're
is
not
not
abiding by the creed.
that is not.
That's not common practice.
Listen, it's not common. Thank you. That's not something that you're going to do. Why? Because of the fear of her finding someone else who's going to handle that. And we don't like to talk about that, but the reality is you never want to lose your lady because you couldn't handle business sexually.
Facts.
Anything else is like, all right.
So go ahead before because you leading me to something else.
But you
right
never
quick.
got turned off by a shorty, like at all.
What you mean turned off?
Like, so you get to that point, nothing never turn you off. Like, yo, you in that mood, and yo,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here's a quick turn off, and I'm gonna let Dev take it. A quick turn off is
throw it into
when
Dev?
Yeah, he was ready. He
Oh,
had his hand like this. Dev had his hand up like in church.
he's like, yo, I gotta
So
get here now.
real quick, a quick turn off is when you want what you want, and that person makes you feel like you gonna get what you want, and then when you ready to get what you want, they hit you with a whole bunch of other stuff that you wasn't expecting to get hit with. That makes you feel like you shouldn't.
What you mean? But elaborate.
Meaning like you've discussed this. This has been something that's been in play since you've been at work. You've been flirting and trying to set the atmosphere.
And then when you get there,
and then when you get home, she hits you with a whole bunch of stuff that makes you feel bad for wanting what you still want. Because now she's telling you about how busy her day was, how tired she is, and how much stuff she done. And now you feel like, dang, so for me to ask her to back it up and twerk and oh man, so now you start feeling like, well, I shouldn't want to have sex. I should want to let her go to sleep. And now you feel bad because you
sound like a whole married day.
Because now they know, bro. They know how to manipulate your feelings,
but
man.
that's what I'm saying. So then you turned off. So it ain't going down.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Because now you got to be sensitive to the fact. Because now
Jeff looking at me like, nigga, I ain't turned off. I'm still going for the kill.
I still want to go for it.
Tired or not, I do the work.
But this is why, because Dev is in a serious relationship.
Right.
But that's cool. But the reality is, when you married, they try to make you feel like you don't love them the right way. If you got to drop a bomb or something. Because you got to drop the bomb on that. You start feeling like, well, maybe I don't love her the way I'm supposed to because I still want some.
Right.
And she tired and
because you're not really in tune with her feelings and her emotions at the moment. All you want is her body.
You gotta fall back because the last thing women want to feel is like an object. They want to feel like a partner.
And at that moment, all you need is an object.
At that moment, you're not looking for a partner. You're looking for an object.
Dev, go ahead, man.
But my thing is, it could be taken as in consideration.
Exactly.
But when do you say, okay, you know what? I may not be all the way there, turned on, whatever, but my man want to do this.
I mean, being that we in a room full of dudes right now, I can't answer that for you.
No, but I'm just saying
that's a conversation. See, a lot of people don't have these real conversations with their significant other.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because sex is not the only thing that you sometimes sacrifice for your lady or for your man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes, like, yo, I'm tired. They do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes they tired. They come home. They still cook us dinner. They do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So they do it in other aspects.
Right.
Aspects, I should say. But sometimes that sex is something that they just not try to give up.
For me, you don't have to worry about the dinner tonight.
Right. Right.
You have to choose.
I'm not even hungry.
Yeah.
Like,
and if you gonna feed me that thing.
Yeah. I'm on a fast.
Absolutely.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah. So go ahead.
So what ties into that is we gonna bring it back to love languages, right? Because we don't all speak the same language, and so a woman might think that she's showing you the ultimate love by cooking that meal, even though she had a long day and she's tired. She's showing you her love,
and you just want that box.
and then you look and consider it when you say, I'm not even hungry. I just want the drawers.
Right.
Like,
that's a fact.
Give me some loving. Keep the food. I'll order something. Uber eat something. like
yo. So how could we as men get that through their head? Like, how could we put it in a way where they could understand that our need for sex is that strong that, like, we would forsake everything else, food and all.
But yo, sex for females, from what is mental first. So if you ain't got the mental, whether you married, single, in a relationship, if you ain't got the mental, it's a wrap. So females, like, yo, before that physical thing happened, something else got to happen. And then,
so that means the ball's still in our court. We got to stimulate that mental in order to get what we want. But listen, at the end of the day, we can't be walking around life all day stimulating mental just to get some box. Sometimes you just want to come home and get your joint slobbered on. That's it.
You ODing, but I get you. But what he's saying,
he said you ODing. My wife watching that.
hey, babe, that's Anthony talking. That's Anthony.
That was Alex.
That definitely was Alex.
Yeah. So, but what I'm gonna say is, I think honestly is for both parties, because I used to think men was visual, women was mental.
We mental too.
Yeah,
but I found out we're equally as mental. And the bottom line is, we don't I can't speak for all men, but most men don't just want sex.
Fact.
We don't want the just
That's right,
act. We don't want the act. We want the desire and the passion that's associated with it. So that's why we don't. That's
Please
why.
elaborate.
That's why some of us get offended
Nah,
when she
I think-
starfishes us.
Okay,
you.
yeah,
I'm
all
with
right,
You
you.
see what I'm
there
saying?
I want-
When she says just take it.
Yeah, nah, I
I'm
don't want
tired.
that.
We
I
don't
don't
have-
want that.
Don't want
Like I'm tired. Just wake me up and
I don't
just
like that.
and just go
I
for
don't
it.
like that either.
No, thank you.
Yeah, nah.
If I don't turn you on in a way where you're anticipating me and you're expecting and you want me with that same kind of energy and passion, no, thank you. It's actually a disservice, or it's actually for me
Disrespectful to
disrespectful.
you. Right.
It feels disrespectful
Right.
when I'm pursuing you like this,
Facts.
and then you giving me just whatever
Mediocre box.
and you know that this is something that matters to
Right,
me. Like
right.
That's going back to the turnoff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
But that's the thing though. Women don't know how much it matters.
I think they do, bro. I think that's part. Well,
some of them use it. Some of them use it as a.
It's a
That's
power,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
Some of them-
They have
Because,
the
yo, if
power.
they say no, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, anything
no
beyond
matter,
that,
no
you're
matter
going to
20
jail.
years,
Yeah.
10 years, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over, boss. Like,
anything after no is
yo,
jail.
Yeah,
that's
it's
all
over.
your word.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
It depends on how they say no.
Nah,
This nigga
no
wanna go
is
to
no.
jail.
Yo,
This man wanna go to
Yo.
jail. Huh? What'd you say?
yo, that's this man over there. Let's put that disclaimer.
You need a home button.
Yeah, so
Ah.
yo, females know that. You know what I mean? Like, if you ain't doing right in her eyes, no matter what, it's
Yeah.
over.
Yes,
It's
sir.
over, boss. You might as well. I don't know, bro. It's a wrap. So the part is about the communication. I'd rather you to tell me that before I get in. You know what I'm saying? Anticipating something else and then find out something else, boss.
Now here's where we have the problem. Because once she establishes this, right, and you know she not really feeling it, and it's not going down to your standard, to what you were expecting. Because expectation gets us in a lot of trouble.
100%.
Because you can be talking about this all day, and she's firing back some stuff to you, and you're like, oh snap, it's going down
going
when I get
down.
home.
I'm about to go home now.
And you expecting
Hey, boss, can I leave
chandeliers and-
early? You try to leave
You know what
now.
I'm saying? You expecting her to be on a chandelier with some, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
expecting everything, and then when you get home,
rollers.
she hands you a kid, or she jumping on a call,
Yo,
or she doing.
I think he hurt you.
No, no.
This man talking married talk. He talking married talk.
No, this ain't about my personal life. Let me put that disclaimer,
Yo.
Lex.
Hey.
This ain't about us.
It ain't,
Or what I'm saying.
I was playing. He don't never complain. He good.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, the general married men consensus from the people that I've spoken to, they all agree that
They all agree.
your expectations sometimes can get the best of you. You expect her to be on a certain page, on a certain level, but things happen, and it happens quickly, and things come into play that you didn't expect, and you still expect the sex to be a priority.
Okay.
Because you want her to know that, but it don't work out that way all the time.
So not to move the goalposts a little bit, but I am. How many times are we supposed to take that L though?
That's a great
depends,
question,
bro, on your
because,
relationship.
Yeah, it depends on the relationship, and
Because-
it depends on you.
Because that can, bring separation into the relationship. Where I'm expecting to get the draws, at least let's say 3 times a week, just to throw a number out there, and every time I pursue you, you like,
Well, here's why. Now I'm gonna drop the bomb. Hold up, get ready. Here's the bomb.
you can't tell him that.
No. I said get ready. This is the bomb. The bomb is
All right.
here's the
It
bomb.
was dropped already. so
This is
just-
this is why there's such a high level. And here we go. There's a high level infidelity
Yeah, I dig
in
it.
relationships.
Now, it's part. It plays a part. It plays a part. But I'm gonna move the goalposts all the way.
Go ahead, bro. Take it.
So
It's your show, bro.
so
Proceed with caution.
so I find it that what a lot of men who have had better sex with other females than sex they're having with their wife or their serious relationship partner or significant other, that causes a lot of problems because we already have the problems of they don't want to give it to us when we want it. And then when they do give it to us, they don't line up with Keisha, Alicia, LaWanda,
that's
and
about
Shonda.
4 bombs right there.
Yo,
bro.
work.
That-
but
that-
that's kind of like the complacency aspect of it, though. You know what I mean?
I think that comes after the fact, though. I think
What
that-
comes after?
At the time. At the time. So,
Nah, bruh, you ain't never had sex with one joint, right?
okay.
And you don't know what to do with yourself.
I hear you.
The best sex you ever had.
All right.
Right? Then you go and have sex with another joint, and it's like,
So is it that?
But sometimes the is the one that is your better half.
But
Is the person that you really need for the rest of your of life. You need that person. The one that can do cartwheels on the meat probably ain't really. That's all she got.
But that could be a couple of things. It depends on the experience of that person, and also
But how do we tackle it?
You got to communicate. Sometimes, bro, it's just about telling Shorty what you like.
Gotta tell her what you want.
Do we really do that though?
No, we don't. That's part of the issue. That's why we here today. You know,
We
what I
don't
mean?
do
Let
that
it be-
because we don't.
I'm not here to teach.
Yeah.
But
nah, we
no,
gotta
and a
be
lot of
on
people
that.
have that approach. Like, I'm not here to teach you. You just gotta know. But at the same time, it's like, one, if she just doesn't know, she just doesn't know. And then we scared to say something because if we be like, all right, babe, now do it this way. Now hold on, wait. That in her mind, she's thinking.
But that's I don't agree.
That takes away from the chemistry.
But think about
Like,
this, yo. How many dudes? Let's keep
So
it
we
a
just
buck,
gonna settle.
Thought these dudes was putting it down, and then Shorty left, and like, yo, my man ain't blah blah blah. It's the
And
same
that was
thing.
my next point.
It's the same thing. So
Yeah.
you gotta, bro. Like when it comes to that point, man, you got if this is Shorty that you really want to be with, you know what I mean? You gotta do that thing and like, yo, you gotta do whatever it takes to get it to that point. Cause nobody really want to be out here stepping out on these Shorty. You dig what I'm saying? Like if this is the one that you know got your back, you know the ride or die. You don't want Shorty that been coming off the chandelier that then came off the chandelier 1,000 times. You dig
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So if you want to put that time in, you got to be like, yo, babe, this is what it is. And you want her to do the same thing to you. Most dudes don't say that, but let's keep it a buck. So,
Most dudes and most women don't say that.
yeah, I can.
Communication,
Because
bro.
a lot of and to flip the script, most of us can't handle if a female
That's-
tell us
That's what
that
I'm
we ain't
talking.
hitting it right
That's
now.
what I'm talking about.
I'm broken after
Yo,
that.
Our ego
'Cause you
is
don't
through the
respect me.
roof.
You
But
don't
that's
respect me.
but
That's
the same-
disrespect.
Yes, disrespect. If you're not putting it down right,
But how she disrespecting you? She not satisfied because
that's
we just said
how I would feel.
we just said that if we were to say it, we gotta have the conversation to please us. Why she can't have the conversation with us?
This,
How that's disrespectful?
because it's the same thing, bro. How, like, if we gonna put it all out there, how we feel when a chick cheat on us, bro? Yo, we be ready to jump off the Empire State Building, homie.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yo, we can do it 10, 20 times over. It's a double standard. We feel like,
But is it right?
I'm not saying it's right, but but this is what it is. It's just
Because
the
what I'm
reality
saying,
of it.
what I'm saying is, you and your lady together 15 years, and in 15 years, she ain't never have an orgasm, and you sitting here thinking
Yo,
you the man.
But it's a lot of chicks.
It's a lot of women that deal with that.
All right, hold up, hey, cause you going in. But this is. But here's. I'm gonna bring it back now. This is why there's a high influx of infidelity, even with women.
Right.
Women cheat too.
Oh, come
see,
on,
let's
we know
not
that.
Better than
forget
us.
this.
We just get caught at
they're
a higher rate.
They're better.
Yeah.
They're better
But
cheaters.
the reality is, it's really respectful for her to tell you that you slipping or that she, because that's love.
disagree.
Love. No.
I
He
agree.
disagrees from the feeling. But the reality is, you want her to give you every opportunity
Word.
to make things right before she
Before
does
she goes
something.
somewhere else.
Versus, and you would expect her to do the same if you tell her, "Hey, honey, I want this. I like this. Hey, why don't we watch a movie that has this?" Or you gotta find unique little ways to try to. You don't want to make her feel insecure. You want to do it in a way where it's playful and it's enjoyable, and you're also still kind of benefiting from the process. Like, one of the biggest mistakes is going into a relationship expecting her to be like the last situation or the
can't.
dude. You gotta go in wanting her to be her.
But the fact of the
And y'all
matter
learn
is
each
that
other together.
it's easier said than done.
Facts.
Because
We all been
and
there,
I
bro.
stand corrected, D.
it's easier said than done.
That was good.
That was good.
I love you, bro.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Love
you
you,
made me change my mind.
I want
sitting here thinking like, oh,
This nigga girl gonna tell him
Yo, he-
tonight. You ain't doing it.
I want you to go.
doing it.
He want you to go.
I want you to go from serious.
and this is why I'm only serious right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get
Get
with
married, right.
Got you.
Yeah.
But that's easier said than done because, like if we go to a restaurant and we have bomb chocolate cake, we go to another restaurant, have chocolate cake, it's not really that good. It's hard to say, oh, I went to this this restaurant, not expecting.
But I don't think you got to do that, bro. You can't. No shorty, no man. Like, yo, you ain't as good as this.
Oh,
other
I'm
chick.
not.
You dig
I'm
what
not.
But
Whoa, that's a whole different
but,
ball
bro,
game.
you better clear
Nah,
that
that's
up.
disrespectful.
But that, yo,
That's disrespect. Like, yo, you ain't doing it like.
But you
Keisha.
gotta clear it up,
like,
bro.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying our mind frame going into it. Our mind frame, because he said you can't go into a relationship expecting, but at the same time, it's not that I'm expecting.
but you're already exposed.
It's
to
just
that.
there.
You're
But that's an
You
that's an inert expectation. Like
It's-
you got to remember, we are some of our experiences. So
Right.
if your experiences have always been you dealt with a certain type of woman, right? You dealt with superstar women in the bed, but they weren't much in anything else. If that was the type of women you was always attracted to, and that's what you are accustomed to. When you finally meet somebody who's different from that, you're blown away by the fact that she's classy, she's educated, she's this, and
But she
she's
a
that.
rookie in the bed.
But in the bed, that might not be her area of
Now, are you willing to
specialty?
Now, are you willing to compromise that though?
Well, that's
Because you're the same
yeah.
one that said, but that's why there's such a high level of infidelity.
Well, the infidelity comes into play when you feel disrespected at her unwillingness to try to accommodate. See,
but what
there's
if
the
her
difference.
best is just
No. We're not
good
talking
enough?
about her best. We're talking about her inability or her unwillingness to accommodate.
Okay, so that's you.
That's a whole different ballgame. Meaning, like, she don't even want to put the work in,
Right.
to try to meet you where your need is. That's
Right.
a whole different
All
situation.
right, so
you know what I'm
let's get specific.
saying? Okay, cool. I like that.
Let's get specific.
Sound good, bro.
So what if he over here?
I'm like, yo, that was pretty good.
He over here giving himself props. Give him the button for the ball. Just
By myself.
Be like, now watch this.
man, what if?
Like, yo, man, that was
That was good.
That
Bomb.
was, that was good over here.
What if you're a clown? What if you're a type of person that, and this is an adult podcast, what if you're the type of man who likes, let's say, anal? Not done to you, but
Oh,
to
I'm
do
about to
it.
say, like, I
To
gotta
do it.
Yeah, but you gotta
To
clear
do
that up.
I gotta
bro,
go.
'cause we gotta- we gotta clear that up.
Right? You
see the
like to
caution.
do
We don't want
anal.
no
You like to be the giver of anal
I don't like
sex,
where this is going.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And your lady is just completely opposed to it because she's like, you know what? Like, that's just something that I'm not compromising.
Okay.
You got to talk about that before.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like, you got to know what you want to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if she's saying, no, I don't want to do that. If everything else is good, then all right, I could deal with that.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, we did it work.
Because if that's what you like and that's what you've always been doing, back to what he said, that's the reason why a lot of men still go out to find something that pleases their
But
desire.
here's the deal: is that her fault? No,
It's not.
That's the man. At some point, we got to take accountability for our own actions in the sense that you can't blame her for being her. You gotta. At sometimes, and that's where maturity kicks in, and that's where growth kicks in. You gotta be like, all right, listen, I love you, so because I love you, I gotta take some losses here. You know what I'm saying? Because she got to take some losses too with us.
You
know
sound
what I'm
real
saying?
good on this podcast.
I'm just
though.
saying, bro.
I can tell you married because you sound real
I'm just
good.
keeping it a buck.
You sound real good.
Nah,
Because
that's
we don't
what it is,
really
bro.
maximize our losses. We
Nah,
only
that's what
talk
it
about our pluses, right?
Yeah.
But we come with some L's. You know what I'm saying? She might not like the fragrance you love.
True.
She might think it stink, and you be like, "No, this smell good,
Yo,
boo.
right.
You
Like,
bugging out."
I love that brew in Old
But
Spice.
she
bro.
like, bruh, that stink. I don't like it. And you trying to make love to her. She like, I don't like this smell. I don't like this fragrance. I don't want to make love to you with this on. Go take a shower. And now you offended. Because all the people at your job, all the other girls you walk by love that fragrance. But you come home and she don't like it. These are situations.
They are.
And then that plays on your expectation, and that plays on your feelings, and that plays on that mental psyche issue that we be dealing with that we don't talk about because
Nah,
we
it's
all have these thoughts in our heads
Yeah.
when we feel away.
Nah, we
and
got
we
it.
don't.
And
we
nobody
feel
says nothing to nobody.
Yeah, we be feeling weak when we express it because now we all passionate and mad and angry and all hostile, and now we feel like kids because she looking at us like, I can't believe you really all mad and angry because I said that, and that whole situation, and now you know it just spirals into a whole different.
But
It
as
gets
men,
messy.
we taught not to show that side of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
bad.
weakness.
It's bad though.
It's weakness. And so let's keep it a buck. Yo, if Shorty ain't giving it to you, what were you taught? Somebody
get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
What she
bro.
won't do, somebody else will. And
That's
that's poor teaching on our part.
It is, bro. But how do we combat that?
And that's why we here. That's what I'm talking about.
Unlearn to relearn.
Cause it's we sound real good. It sound
it's
you
hard,
gotta
bro.
mature and you gotta do. But at the end of the day, the reality is
The reality is we all been down each road that we talking about.
Facts.
That's just what it is.
And the
Facts.
reality is, we seeing way more divorces. We seeing way more
Yeah.
separations. We seeing way more unsatisfied relationships. We seeing way more singles
And-
because people just don't trust that people will account. And I saw something. I sent you the video, right? I sent you the joint on YouTube. The preacher that was talking about relationship, and he was like, you don't get married for happiness. And I was like, wow,
Yeah,
you know, because
wild,
I never
bro.
looked at it from that perspective. And basically, we gotta really realize what these relationships are for. What are we trying to get out these relationships? What are we looking to really get? Are we really looking to find somebody that's gonna fulfill every aspect? That's a slave. If you're gonna find somebody that's gonna do everything you want done when you want it done, and like now it's a partnership, it's a give and take kind of thing. And you know, that's something I had to learn. And I'm still learning.
Our differences is what make us a team.
Absolutely.
Because if you're strong where I'm strong and we're weak where I'm weak where you're weak,
No growth.
we ain't going nowhere.
Like you said, all this sound good, bro.
Yep.
But you know what? It's gonna be some females ain't listen to this damn podcast, bro. And guess what's gonna happen? They gonna tell you something totally different.
That's a fact.
And they gonna go for what they know. What is the society telling us, bro? Yo, he ain't doing it. I'm gonna go out here, get another dude or another chick.
Yep.
I don't need a man to do whatever. You know what I mean?
Now that's the wave.
Yo, that's what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? So what does that, when you in a position, whether it's money or whatever, and a female is putting you in a position where it's like, yo, I don't need you. I can do everything I want. I'm not talking about being threatened of a female. That's another issue right now. Because we got the new age ladies, and I'm not talking about being self-sufficient. I have no problem. But you're not going to tell me and treat me like a little dude, like, yo, you got to go to bed at 8 o'clock. It ain't happening. You dig what I'm saying?
Drop a bomb.
Yo, and bro,
Let's give him the button. This nigga you want to be in control of the ball.
But bro, that's where we at. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And it's and the family structure, like we talked about before, the family structure is in disarray, bro. You know what I mean? You can make your own bread. I got no problem with that. But yeah, when it comes to certain things, the laws of the land and how we were brought up, we got to talk about how we were brought up. What's your model of what a relationship and marriage is? You know what I mean?
That's
But that's because we not having these real conversations.
True.
Like we're excited because she looked good. She's excited because you bald headed and got a beard, and you just in 2 days y'all together.
I dig it.
In 3 days y'all engaged. By the following week you married, and then you living with a complete stranger. You don't even know that she don't like your fragrance.
word. And I smell good, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that brute smell good on
So
my
it's
man,
like-
bro.
I'm gonna take it a step further. Sometimes we don't really even completely know ourselves.
Facts,
That's
bro.
a fact.
So how can we know
That's
someone
a
else and
fact.
we don't really
and
know?
that's the immaturity and the levels
go.
of
Yep.
it's not even about the relationship. It's your own immaturity. It's your own insecurities. It's your own stuff that you got to deal with. And as men, like we just said, we don't talk about the stuff that really bother us, that really hurt us. We don't talk about our pops not being there. We don't talk about the person that molested it. We don't talk
Yeah,
about those
that's
stuff. But all those stuff just creep in.
Yeah.
And before you know it, they start to spill out in our lives in many different ways that, you know what I'm saying? And the biggest person that suffers is a person that's with you every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Your significant other.
Yeah.
But we taught, bro, like when we empty, man, what's the first thing you do? You go try to find something to fill that void.
Facts.
And you feel like you're going to get happiness in another person. Like Dev just said, bro, like if I'm hurting, if I got issues myself, I'm going to bring that into the next person.
That's
you dig
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're taught, whether it's the religious institution, yo, you got a problem? Yo, you got a sex problem? Go get married, bro. Have them, you
Right.
know, they don't
Yeah,
put,
yeah.
yo, anything to society, yo, go get married. You know what I'm saying? What they showing, yo, we got to go do this, you got to do this. And you combine with someone that you don't even know, bro.
That's because society, whether it be society, culture, or
Yeah.
church, they always prepare you for the wedding.
Facts.
But nobody prepares you for the marriage.
I dig it, bro.
Preaching, bro.
Nobody
I dig it.
prepares you for the long haul.
Yeah.
Well,
Nobody prepares you for the ups and downs of literally living with a complete different person. Cause they're different, bro. They're different just because they're females.
Yeah, 100%.
We process things totally different. You understand what I'm saying? Just that in and of itself. Then not only is she a female, she has her own personalities that sometimes you don't agree with.
Yeah. Right.
She has her own habits, her own this, her own that, and you gotta live with this person, bro. Like
Yo.
that's totally different.
But it's hard to teach somebody something you don't got, bro. Because we know from experience, and not throwing nobody out there, not judging nobody, but a lot of dudes that we looked up to, whether, you know, leaders or whatever, they told you to do something that they really didn't have down themselves.
And they ain't
you know
do
what I
it.
mean? So that's part of the issue, you know? This is why when like D was saying earlier, man, yo, when you get with somebody, you got to communicate, bro. You got to see, you got to put it all on the table. You got to have that conversation that no one else is gonna have. You want to see, you want to talk about those molestation experiences because this is real out here, bro, and that's gonna play out no matter what. And then not only when you pass that, then you gonna bring kids in the world. What the hell? What you think is gonna happen with them?
Right.
You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
lost in the household.
Everybody, bro.
Everybody. Yo, but we done strayed
Yeah, word.
all over. But let's move on to my next topic. My next topic is gonna be marriage. My first question when it comes to that is this. Do you think that marriage is a necessity? Like I told y'all earlier today, forget church, forget how we was brought up, forget that. We're talking as men, because everybody that's listening to this podcast ain't a Christian.
Facts.
And we're not here, I'm not saying that we're not trying to save nobody, but we're not here to try to save nobody.
Got you.
We're just trying to have real talk.
Well,
Do you think that marriage is a necessity? Because I hear a lot of times people say, oh, it's just a paper. Granted, I've been married before, so I know that it's not just a paper.
Right.
Especially when you're trying to get out the marriage,
Yeah,
that's a hard paper to get out of.
Yeah.
So I
Still
know that
taking
it's
my
not
paper.
right. You should. So I know that it's not just a piece of paper, but people view it as we can live together, we can, you know what I'm saying, we can raise our kids, we don't need to get married. And then society also, that's what they promote. Like marriage is not something that's necessary.
Well, for me personally, bro, it's not that it's necessary. It's a desire. You know what I mean? But I want it to be done the right way, whatever that is. At least for like we going in both for the long haul. Like we try to, you know. And again, I've never been married before, but it's a desire. But I want it whatever the right way is. You know, like whether you talking about as far as God's way or whatever it may be. I want it done in that. Like I want to be my best person I can possibly be, and I want her to be her best person.
So how now I'm glad you say that, because my next question was, and I would voice it towards you, and I would also speak for myself, because we're the only ones here that either are married or been married. You said that you want to be the best person you can be when you meet your when you decide to get married to your significant
I don't want
other.
her to be there.
Right. But first of all, we're ever evolving.
Yeah, fact.
So you're going to be a better person tomorrow than you were today. That doesn't mean that you weren't ready for marriage today, but you're just better tomorrow.
Yeah, fact.
So that would always make you wait. But at what point did you feel like I'm ready to say I do? Or do you think that you said it too prematurely? I can say that I was. I said it way too prematurely.
Definitely premature on my end.
You still married, so watch your words.
Yeah, right.
No, I think I was a little naive. And as far as in my readiness, I thought I was a little bit more advanced than I was, and a little more ahead than I was. But that's because, you know, the religious foundation, me being Christian, her being Christian, both our grandparents being pastors as well. So we both just thought we knew what marriage entailed, because we both had the same spiritual background. But the reality is you still got a whole lot more other things you got to know before you just think that God is just going to make it work.
Yeah.
God is like, I'm here.
It don't matter how spiritual you are. You still got to do the groundwork.
God is like, I'm here for you, but
you got to do the work.
y'all,
Right.
this y'all got to do
Right.
this.
But
Right.
is it a necessity? That's what he asked. Because I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying it's a desire for right now,
I
bro.
mean,
for where I'm at.
honestly,
No, but your desire is why? Because you've never done it?
Well, okay, let me reiterate on that. I desire because I want somebody to have my back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for me,
But your lady can have your back and you still not be married, bro.
But it's to me, but maybe because I've never been there. You know what I mean? I just feel like, yo, I want that bond that I never experienced, because you know how you desire something you never had before. So I can't say I walk down.
That's why I asked. I'm
so
saying,
I desire
you're
it.
desiring it because you never had it.
Yeah.
Now, coming from somebody like me and you,
Yeah.
people ask me all the time, would you get married again? At first, I used to always say no. Because I'm like,
Right.
I covered the desire. I had the little white suit. I walked down the aisle. We had the little party. Did it. Been there, done it.
Yeah.
Don't care for it no more. But that was the immature response because now my desire for marriage has nothing to do with what it was then. It has everything to do with I want to do this right now, and I want to spend the rest of my life with somebody the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to cherish the longevity of marriage, not just the experience of marriage.
Okay, well, so
Nice. Solid.
see,
Solid
but that's experience. You know, that's your experience talking. So that right there, that's what I want. You know what I mean? I wasn't able to verbalize because I haven't crossed that path yet. So whatever that is, when I see people that's happy, you know what I mean? Like we talked about before, my pops and mom's been married for 52 years. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. They were married. You dig what I'm saying? Till she was by his side when he passed away. So that right there, that's what I
want
want.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I desire. And hopefully somebody else desire the same thing.
I feel like marriage is like the highest form of commitment.
It is.
If I have a girlfriend,
It's like the baptism of being in a
you know,
relationship.
If I have a girlfriend, you know, we could break up tomorrow and I get another girl. But once you marry, there's something that make you think twice. Like, okay,
Right. She
you
got
know
my
what?
money. Right.
It's a lot of things that need to come together, man. So, I've been married before, and people ask me would I ever do it again. I'm like, yeah, because I believe in the institution of marriage, even though that the last situation didn't really work out for me.
Right.
I still believe in, you know, having that highest form of bond and commitment to, you know, the person that makes you happy and the person that you want to spend your life with.
So, back to you. When you think of marriage,
Right.
you see, and there's nothing. It's hard to learn something when you have had no experience.
Right.
And people say that you could learn from other people's mistakes, but that's also easier said than done.
100%. I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you always see the ship, the ship sinking, but you don't see what made the ship sink.
What I had, or you know, had the experience that I had that a lot of people didn't have. I grew up in the, you know, with my moms and pops in the crib.
Right.
You know what I mean? I saw that
Firsthand.
And then not only that, if we want to take it to the religious aspect of it, you know what I mean? I saw the stuff where my pops being a pastor and seeing the back home stuff that no one else get to see. So I got the backlash on both ends. You dig? So that experience again, seeing the bad, ugly, indifferent, and everything, seeing everything. So that. Growing up as a youngster, that was always my desire. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be that dude where, like, you know, and it may not necessarily happen for everybody, but I want to be that dude where it's like, all right, I got a marriage. Like, yo, we may not like each other today, but we love each other.
Right.
So that's where I'm trying to get to. You dig what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yo.
he's single, and
Yeah.
So
He got it. You got it, bro.
They about to text me today. Hey, that's your boy.
You got it, bro. You got it.
You know what I mean?
So what is
Now the thing is, how do we get there? That's why we here today. How do we get to that point? You dig what I'm saying? Like, and this is why I'm sitting back and I'm listening to everybody experience and you know, because I want to see. It's not necessarily going to be my path, but if that may help me, you know what I mean, down the long run, like, yo, you know what? We talked about this. Let me ask this question. You know what I mean? And that may be the difference between, you know, going through it or not.
Why do you think a lot of men in this day and age shun from, forget marriage, commitment in of itself?
Fear, man.
Fear of?
Fear of failure.
That's big because
Failure.
You see, as a man, when you said that, all of us understood that.
Yeah, facts.
A woman don't understand that because we fear failing at the commitment so much so that we shun from the commitment, but women see it as you just a F boy, you know, or you just, you know what I'm saying?
For some of us, that's what it is. It's like we're greedy. Because it's like, you know what? Why settle down when
I can have all of this?
you know?
In other words, AKA, some of us are F boys.
Oh,
as you
I've been
would call
there.
it.
Yeah.
Alex was a number one.
And so with that understanding, we have to live in our truth. You know what I'm saying? We know ourselves a lot
And we
better
know
than
why we
and
don't
we know
commit.
why we could say all the right things and say,
Right,
facts.
we because we don't want to mess up the relationship. No, that's because you still in your
Right,
whole stage.
right,
right.
That's
you
a
still
fact.
want to smash everything.
That's a fact.
So the reality is you're not ready to commit because you know you're gonna mess this up.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Because her expectation is, one-on-one commitment, me and you, and let's make this. And you're like, I like that idea because I like you. But the reality is, I still.
Or sometimes is I like that idea because ideally that's what I want.
That's what I wanna get
but
to
that's
at
not
some
what I'm
point.
ready for.
Yep.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
You know what? Sometimes it's not always the man that's afraid
That's
to
a
commit.
fact. I was about to say that
Sometimes
too,
the
boss.
females, they go through their
That's a
stages
fact.
too. It's like,
That's a
yeah,
fact.
I'm going on a girls trip.
Yeah, them girls trips.
You know what time it is.
I'll be
when I'm
going
on a
though. I'll be
girls
going.
trip.
I'll be going.
They used to go, bro. You know
You know what I'm saying?
That's who they see at the girls'
Right. Right. I'll be going. All right
No, so
there.
sometimes it's not just the guy. Maybe we ready, and she's like, "Yo, you know what?
But Alex at the airport.
Right. I'll be looking at with the cab sign.
The Uber right here, yo. Look for all single ladies, bro.
Yo, so what are certain myths that we hear about marriage or that society just throws out there about marriage that is not true?
I want to know. Bro.
That it don't work.
Facts.
Okay.
Marriage works, man. But it takes two people to work it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I heard a long time ago they said marriage is a relationship between two good forgivers.
Wow, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? It's a relationship between two good forgivers. You got to learn how to really forgive in marriage. Because one thing we do often is we take things extremely personal, and resentment is a real issue, bro. You can be mad at your significant other for something she did 10 years ago that you still ain't recovered from.
That's good, D.
Because emotionally you haven't matured to the point where you got to understand that real forgiveness requires forgetfulness, and that's a fact. That's why I ain't gonna go there, but because it's not a spiritual show, but when they say God throws stuff into the sea of forgetfulness, like forgiveness requires forgetting. You gotta learn to forget. And when I say forget, you might not necessarily forget what happened, but you gotta forget the way you felt about what happened.
bro.
You gotta free yourself from that feeling, because it's that holding on to that feeling is going. It's like drinking
Because
poison, hoping that the other
that
person
feeling
dies.
makes us relive it over and
Yeah.
over and over
Bro,
again.
you
Facts.
talking to me, bro. I've been there. You know what I mean? Always.
Real
and that's
talk.
what men. It's always, well, at least in our cases. We come up like, yo, we supposed to be the hurters, but when we get hurt, bro. Be like, yo, the world is coming to the end, bro. Like, yo, I'm about to take it off. Yo,
It's
you
a
know what I
double
mean?
standard.
It is, bro. So, yo, when you
My wife said that to me today. She's like, y'all can't handle it. We do
can't,
the
bro.
same thing
I-
y'all be doing.
Oh, no, we
I'm gonna
definitely
keep it a
can.
buck, bro.
Definitely
Like that's
can.
what it is.
Yeah.
So we be holding on to stuff that happened 20 years ago. Like, yo, I remember, yo. Like, and Shorty be like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even remember that. So when it comes to that, it's a lot of myths that's out there and that we hold in. You know what I mean? Why you think these dudes out here shooting and doing all this other stuff over females? Females that they quote unquote was just something to smash.
They didn't
Like,
even belong to them.
you know what I mean? But dudes out here laying other dudes down. So it got to be something to it.
Yeah.
You can't just talk about, yo, that's that thing. Nah, bro.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
It's
It
an
got to be
ego,
something.
yeah.
It's more to that we don't talk about.
Dev, you got some myths?
Probably that. As long as you bringing the money in, everything's gonna be Gucci.
Oh yes.
Because you could sit there, you could do the trips, you could do the bags, you could, clothes, kicks, everything, and she could still be unhappy and take your stuff.
Yo, I got a question, bro.
Facts.
Yo, I got a question.
What's up?
Yo, why is it this whole criteria for men? You got to be making this salary. You got to look this way. You got to do all this.
You know what's funny? Because
What's up
my
with
next
that?
question to y'all was, because after this, I'm having a panel with nothing but females.
Well, you asked them that
so
question.
I want to know what questions y'all got for these females. But hold on, we're not gonna get
Yo.
there yet.
Yeah, that's gonna be another show, bro.
So
bro.
my myth, one of my myths is you made me forget my myth.
Yo,
bro.
come on.
Everybody.
Yo, I want to know, bro. You know what I mean? We trying to get to that level, man.
You really made me forget my myth.
But is it true or not?
He's
yo,
trying to
they
get
got
his queen, bro.
Word. They got a
But-
whole list,
But
bro.
here's the thing. Here's the funny thing.
But wait up, yeah. All right, go ahead.
We do too, right? We got our criteria for them as well, right? So
But theirs is all over the TV.
Yo, but many
everything,
times-
bro.
many
Come
times
on.
our criteria-
well, that's you know
Our
you gotta
criteria is
also,
about 2 or 3 things.
It is.
You gotta cook.
but there's an
well,
agenda though.
Nah,
There's an
not
agenda.
mine, bro.
There's an agenda
what's your-
attached to that.
I got.
All right, that's on another show,
But
bro.
I
I'm
feel
saying,
like
there's-
sometimes,
yeah. I'm sorry,
not to
go
cut
ahead.
you off,
Yeah.
but sometimes we have unrealistic expectations of these women,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, what we expect for them to do, we're not even putting back into
That's a
the
fact,
relationship.
too. That's a fact. All right.
I mean,
That's a fact.
That's another show, bro.
There's an agenda, man. There's a push for, you know what I'm saying, for men to meet a certain criteria and a certain standard
Yeah.
for these these certain type of women.
That's what I'm
That-
saying.
That's my myth.
Not all women require that. See,
True.
there's a difference
Alright.
between the bad chick and the real woman. I don't look at them the same.
But you could have a real bad woman.
I'm not saying that your real woman can't be bad, meaning that she can't be. But we're talking about a mindset. We're not talking necessarily about the looks. We're
Well,
talking
that's a
about
fact.
there's a mentality
Alright,
attached to
okay,
being a
okay,
bad
okay.
chick.
That's
Talking about the
And it's-
Instagram girl.
You talking about the?
Nah, I ain't really. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
we
well,
talking about the chicks that ain't talking to you unless you
Yeah, that I.
Yeah,
unless you already
You
That's
talking
part
about
of
the
it.
spending-
gold digger chicks?
Yeah,
That's
well,
part-
that's
yeah,
that's
part of it.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
You
the
could have a
mentality.
bad real woman.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying. See, once again, I'm not talking about the looks.
No,
we
I
not
know
talking.
We
that.
talking about
Yeah, we talking about the mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
Got
You
it.
know, we got the Cardi B's, the bad chicks and the Mega Stallions and all whatever, the bad chicks. But the reality is,
what's
even
these girls'
even
names?
some of them are married.
But even still, bro.
That's a persona.
Yeah, but look who they marrying. They ain't
True.
marrying you and me.
Yeah.
But that's still a persona.
She don't
meaning.
cook. She don't clean.
Alright, let's
But
talk
she
about-
still got this ring.
Let's talk about still a classy lady. It's still a precedence where the man is supposed to be the provider. Like let's
Now that's my myth.
keep it. All right, let's
My
go. B.
myth is that gender roles are specific in marriage, where a lot of people go into marriage
Right.
believing that the man does this,
Yeah, yeah.
this, and the woman does this. And if it doesn't work that way, this marriage isn't working.
Got it.
Because when I was thrown into my marriage, it wasn't that
Throne.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Who,
Yeah, that
who
was-
threw you?
me. I said that bad. When I decided,
He's like somebody's fault. Throw me in the marriage. I ain't
Niggas
want to get
landed
married.
there,
Like, throw me in there. Like,
Fresh Prince of
when I
Bel-Air.
decided to get married, it was I grew up with a Hispanic Caribbean mom where, you know what I'm saying, she do everything in the house. The house is her priority.
Right.
But she's also 60 something years old. Getting married to a girl that was born in the 90s, 2000s, that's trying to chase her bag and trying to do this and trying to do that, I had to readjust my mind to say, okay,
I'm eating Wendy's tonight.
right, I might have to cook tonight,
Yeah.
or
I
you know what
gotta
I'm
clean up,
saying,
too.
I clean up, well, I ain't really washing no dishes, but I had to do certain things.
Right.
But if I would have went into marriage just off the GP of what I thought or what I was brought up thinking, it would have
the
ended
unrealistic
quicker than it
expectation
did.
that I'm talking about.
You know, it's still
Yeah.
But I think that's the issue now. That's why relationships are so challenging now. It's like for our age bracket as well, like the mid 30s to 40, 50s, relationships is in disarray right now because everybody's stuck between that gap of, you know, the woman who I don't really need you, but I want you. And the men that's like, well, I don't really want to be wanted. I want to be needed, because what happens when you don't want me? Do you still, you know, now I'm optional?
Is that-
and it's that mindset that kind of makes people scared to be, because I don't want to be just wanted, because what happens when you don't want me?
You want to be needed?
I want to be both. bro.
I want to be
I'd
equal
rather
a bit.
be wanted.
I want to be both.
I want to be wanted.
That's a good topic for another show too.
Yeah, I want to be both, bro.
because
I'd
that
rather
needed.
be. You want to be wanted and needed?
Because listen, even
I
when
want
you-
her to. I want her to want me when it's time to be wanted, and I want her to need me.
Yeah.
Every man want to be needed, bro.
Yeah,
like, come on.
we built to
I
be
want to
needed,
be.
bro.
I want to be wanted. You know why I want to be wanted?
She desire you. I get it.
Because that means that she wants me. Not that she need, like, I feel like a lot of people
saying
go
no,
into
nah,
relationships.
nah,
A lot of
nah,
people
B.
go into relationships just because of what the other person could do for them.
Right.
I get it.
I'm with you on
but
that, yeah.
I ain't
And if
with
you
that,
only
son. I'm with
here,
you, bro.
if you only here because I could, listen.
Nah.
a lot of politicians, Hey, listen, we can agree to disagree, but a
with
lot
you.
of politicians,
I'm with
they pick certain wives just because they look good on their arm.
Okay, I get it.
I don't want to be the good look on the arm. I don't
You
want to
don't wanna
be
be the eye candy,
I don't
bro?
want to be you with me just because I got a bag and you want to come up. I don't want to be that dude that I need. You need me to make you happy.
But that's
I
the
don't
thing.
want to be
That's
that
the
dude.
thing. That's the
Nah, I don't
thing.
think it's
Because the moment you either don't need me no more, or the moment you decide that you got this joint together on your own, you don't want me.
But that's the same thing with the wants, though, bro. Like,
No, because if she wants you,
but
she would
can-
forever want
She
you.
may want you today,
she
but
might
not want you.
yeah.
Not want you tomorrow, bro.
Here's my thing. I think what comes down to it is our understanding of what need means.
Yeah.
And so our definition of need is very different from, I guess, a female's definition of need.
Well, in this case, my definition of need too.
Yeah,
dog, 'cause I
because
disagree.
when I say need, I'm meaning that I provide something that
Fact.
you can't get
That's what
on your
I'm- yeah.
own. For example, when she says, "I want you, but I don't need you," and then 3 dudes come to try to rob her, and chances are she's not going to do well in that situation
needs your-
because she might need your
Nigga, that
assistance.
3 dudes might rob you and her. Like,
The bottom line is,
But I rather, but yo,
the
as a
bottom line-
man, when you
I-
want
I
to be
ra-
robbed, I'd
I
rather be
wanna be-
robbed than
I'd rather her
At
be
that
like,
point,
oh, now I want my
at
man
that
to
point,
be
I'm gonna be
here.
like, baby,
Now I need him to be
you
there.
want me now, or do you need me now?
You could just hire a bodyguard. Like,
I want my girl fighting with me.
right.
Like,
But
Nah,
my
B,
thing
I ain't with that.
my thing is,
You want me
because
or
if
you need me now?
Because if you need me for your protection, I'm just your bodyguard. If you need me
Nah.
to bring you up
That's a-
financially,
yo, we
I'm
gotta
your
have
financial advisor.
Yeah, we got
if you
another joint for this,
but
bro.
if you want me,
Nah.
it's like, yo, I don't need you, but every day that I'm here is because I want you to know that I want you.
I get what
feel-
you're saying.
I get
Listen,
But-
we're gonna have to go into this another
Yeah, we're gonna have
time
to
because
do
we
this,
ain't
bro.
got we out of time.
This
But
is
go
good.
ahead, Dev. Last thing.
I just feel like if she needs me, then she's not really a whole person. In my eyes.
That's in a different
And I feel
need,
like
bro.
you
He
know,
came through smooth with that one though. You
Yeah.
heard how
If
smooth
If
he
she
came in
needs
with
you,
that?
she's not a whole person. You said.
yeah.
So
like
you don't
if-
need her?
I don't. No, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
nah.
need her.
All right,
I ain't with
All
that.
right, I'm
I want her.
gonna have to say something
I
real quick
want
on
her.
this one.
You
Here
about
we
to
go,
be
bro.
with me, bro.
Here we go, bro.
We got 2 minutes.
I
Look,
want her.
real
I
quick,
don't need
real
her.
quick. Now I know we aren't supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do this real quick.
Don't
When
go.
God looked at Adam, what did he say? He said it's not good that he's alone.
he's alone,
I'm
yeah.
gonna make a helpmeet for him, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Because even God saw that there was a need, right? So he created the woman for a reason. That's because we need each other, bro.
See how this man be
Like
dropping?
so.
No,
so
but if
now
you look at it,
Okay.
He
if we
didn't
talk
want-
Adam and Eve, Adam needed Eve. Eve never needed Adam.
But it's still
Nothing was created for Eve. She was created for Adam.
But it was.
So what was created that
sounds
Eve
good, but no.
needed?
Yeah, but it's still a
It's
need,
the,
though,
but
bro.
it's the premises of it.
It sounds
It's
good,
not
but
a
wrong.
want.
That's
No,
wrong.
how is it wrong? Because at no point did he say, let me create a helpmeet, or Adam is the helpmeet of Eve. He was specific when he said, let me create Eve to be a helpmate for Adam. So he was specific for a reason.
It's a
He didn't-
need. It ain't a want, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm not defending whether it's the need or the want.
Okay.
I'm defending the fact that we may need
Right.
the woman,
Okay.
but in essence of creation,
She don't need us.
the woman doesn't necessarily need.
that
But the
sounds-
question,
but
the
it wasn't
question
about
was, but the
creation.
question
No,
was,
but I'm not
but
going
yo,
about the question. I'm only going against what you said to defend what he said.
But
But
you-
we don't got no time.
All right.
We
We got
done,
time.
fellas. We ain't got no
All
time.
right.
We ain't got no time. Yo, brothers. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all my brothers all day, every day. We could always have conversations like this,
Yo,
disagree
word.
or
Absolutely.
agree, and still is nothing but love.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, my boy Diel Richardson.
Yes, sir.
My boy
Yeah.
Avery Lucas and my man Devin.
Indeed.
Diggs.
Yes, sir. Listen, Diggs
You
gotta.
dig?
You gotta.
A serious relationship.
No,
yes.
no, no, no. What? You got an album out?
I do. Holding on to faith. It can be found on all streaming outlets.
This man is a singer right here.
My man right here. He got a single out. Go ahead. Stop playing, man.
Come on, man.
Stop playing. He got a single out.
He about to do something. No,
I'm not doing no Nah, I'm kidding.
All right, we about to do something different real quick. We about to
Love Will Win, y'all. Love Will Win. The song is on all streaming platforms. Written by my boy Devry. So, dope record. Please check that out.
next time we.
All right. Yo, and this guy do everything. This is Alex versus Anthony podcast. It's been real. I appreciate y'all. Locker Room Talk Part 2. Deuces.
Yeah.